Hello everybody and welcome back to a new episode of The Long Dark and a new week. Well, a new week in real life. We're continuing on with day 107 in the series. This is episode 85 and we're in, I've forgotten what this is called. Let's see if the map can tell us.
Looks like I survived another night.
Oh, we need to do a drawing to get it to reveal the name of it. That's okay. Let's actually just do that. Is that fire still burning? It is, so we can't get the charcoal out of there. We've got an hour and a half left on that, actually. There's a carcass down there of some sort. Might be another deer. But let's just get a drawing here. No, we can't. We've got no more charcoal. We've got to wait for the fire to burn out. Now what I want to do is I want to set this up as a temporary base. I'm looking for any sticks or other loose fire. There's some. I want to extend the time on the fire if I can. Go down, get that carcass, come back, cook the meat, leave a bunch of meat here to help us on the return journey. Any more sticks? Yeah. Right, let's just throw those sticks in the fire, keep it burning while we go get that carcass. And the weather's getting kind of muted. I'm thinking the weather might draw in on us here. That gives us 2 hours to go get that carcass and get back. Now, to my knowledge, there's only one wolf on this map. And he's usually down at that end of the lake beyond where those crows are hovering above the carcass, which I assume is a deer. It looks like one from here. Some more feathers would be good because we're going to have to recreate some arrows when we get to the workbench at the forge. It looks like there is a couple here at least, and there's the wolf. That's another feather. Now, if we crouch down to oops. Crouch down. No. I've forgotten how to crouch. Ha! Control. That's what. Right. Let's get his meat. 3 minutes. His hide, 21 minutes, and the guts is 35 minutes. Let's harvest those. And where's the wolf? He's still away over there. Right, so we've got time to get back to here. Hopefully there'll be enough time on the fire. And I've just spotted a birch sapling over there, which we'll get after we've sorted this place out. I don't think we can run very much. We'll try it. Right. Got an hour and a half on the fire. Let's get that venison in there. Now, what meat are we going to leave behind? I think we should leave these 2 kilos of rabbit. I mean, there's not a lot of nutrition in them, but if we're coming back running on empty, actually we'll put it around here with that tin of food. Last time until that's ready. Take that. We've got an hour and 18 on the fire. How are we doing for water? We've got 2.5 litres. So let's just make a litre to leave behind. Last time. It's getting towards midday. I want to get pressed on.
I need to find food.
Yeah. just drop a litre of water first. Now, I would have liked to have had the time to gather some fuel and drop it here, some wood and stuff. We're going to have to pretty much rely on being able to pick it up and bring it. Right, now then. I'm going to eat the kilo of wolf. That leaves us 2.66 kilos of venison, plus the cattails and all the other canned foods that we've got. There's tinned wise, there's nothing here that I really want to drop. The dog foods being the heaviest, I would have loved to have dropped one of them, but their condition is so low that I don't think we can afford to. We're going to have to eat that. Right, but we've left 2 kilos of rabbit, a tin of tomato soup and a bottle of water. Let's just take a torch out of the fire. In fact, let's take 2. And we can get a third. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that third one and we'll leave that here as part of the supplies here. Right, now did we drop? We didn't drop that bottle of antiseptic. Take the full one, or leave the partial one. While we're in good health. Ooh, and the deer have turned up. Look at that. That would be a great opportunity if we had the wood to do something about it. But let's go get that birch sapling, because we can leave it in the caves to cure. I want to get out of Milton Basin today and get through a stick. Several sticks. Always good to collect sticks. Right, let's, as always, drop the hatchet. Try to preserve the hatchet wherever possible because we use it for fighting. I'm wondering where that wolf's gone. Now I know from previous journeys through here I can get up this way. Come on. Get up there. Oh, don't say that they've... Ah, there we go. Come on. The reason for doing it this way is to get above the wolf. Don't want to tangle with the wolf if I don't have to. Come on, up you get. There we go. Lovely blue skies, look. Means that once the sun gets in the right direction, we can use the magnifying glass to make fires. Loads of cattails down there, of course. We don't actually need them right now, but what I do need to know is where is the wolf? Not seeing him down here. Wonder if he's gone to the other side of the lake. We don't have the bow out, which is silly. Been doing a lot of that lately, forgetting to take the bow out. And where's the wolf? This, I think, is the exit into the Muskeg. I was pretty sure there was another exit over there, but you know, I've never actually got there to check it out. But judging by this wind, I would say this is definitely the Muskeg exit. And as it's early afternoon, we'll get out of the basin, get onto the Muskeg, get into the caves, get these skins and guts dropped for curing. There we are, that's dropped us into the Muskeg. That's the way we came. You can see the fallen tree there. No cattails there to grab. And here's the tree roots to climb down. As soon as we can get the prompt to do it. There we are. That's just a scripted bit of climbing. You can't control that. Same as this bit. And that Muskeg wind is pretty severe. Now, this should be familiar to anybody who watched my escapades in the Muskeg a couple of weeks ago. This is the birch forest in the Muskeg. And just up here to the left is the cave that we use as a base when we're here. See? Extremely convenient, that, and it's a nice sunny day. If it stays that way, we can use the twigs to create a fire outside and then use the torch to bring the fire inside. And there's the bedroll, look. Uh-oh, didn't mean to do that. Cancel. Right, there's our fireplace. We've already got one hide and a pair of guts here cured. There's another stick. So let's start dropping the bits that we brought with us to cure. So first things first, a couple of birch saplings. We've got some rabbit pelts. 2 rabbit pelts. Put all the small stuff over here. It's not going to let me put it there, is it? Damn. Let me put it there though. Right. So we'll drop the deer hide here. We've got 2 deer hides to drop. Just make sure it's in the right place. That'll do. And then we'll drop the guts over here. Six of those to drop. not taking any of this through to the forge. The cured ones we'll take back with us to Milton when we go back. They're here primarily. And look at all this wood that we've got here. Let's just put it closer to the fire. There we go. Load of sticks there. Right, what else have we got that we might want to leave here? We've got some sticks on us. At 33.7 we can't get down the rope that we deployed. How's our calories? We're getting pretty low. We're also getting pretty parched. I'm thinking what we probably need to do is eat one of these. Take a drink.
I'm kind of thirsty.
There we go. There's nothing here to leave. Nothing more here to leave. And we want to harvest that for cloth while we've got... No, I don't want to repair it. I want to harvest it. And those wool socks we want to harvest. That's early afternoon. We could get to the forge today if we push the topic. And I'm very tempted to do that. Have we got time within the video? 12 minutes. Let's just go for it. Now, it's getting foggy. There's no predators up here. But do I really want to go back to the waterfall and down? I'd really like to find an alternative route down, even if it's not viable as a route up. It's possible that we can do some cliff shimmying over here. Just gather a few sticks before we go down. Gather them while we can do it in safety. I've got a feeling that over here somewhere there is a location that we can shimmy down. It's not so high here. If we could get down onto that rock, we can probably shimmy down. Let's try. Although this seems like it's going to slow us down, it's actually going to save us quite a lot of time. Now, I know we can't drop directly under here because there's a cave of some sort here. It looks like we're not going to be able to do it on the... We might be able to get it done here. That's a long drop if we end up sliding. Let's hope we don't. Right, now if we crouch, we should be able to just get down there fairly safely. There we go. Right, so we can now get a move on and head across to the cave towards the forge, if not to the forge itself. Need to keep picking up sticks because we're going to need to put a decent fire up if we end up staying in the cave. But at the same time, I don't want to delay our progress. Now I know there's often wolves up in this area, so again, we've got to be careful. If it wasn't foggy, I would go down and check out the hunter's blind, which we've still not got to. We've been past it 3 times now, but we've never got to it. Either because of a bear on patrol or because it was too foggy to take the risk. So let's try and push on. Let's try and get across the railway and onto the high ground, and then down the high trail on the southwest side of the Muskeg down to the cave. Right, this is usually where the wolves wander about, and it's very strange that we're not seeing them. I'm just going to take the risk of continuing to pick up these sticks. We have got we've got 1 piece of venison we can drop as a decoy, and then hopefully shoot and kill the wolf while it's coming to get the decoy rather than after it's got it. Oh, here he comes. Where is he? He's coming on the left side of that tree. Let's see if we can decoy him in. We might be too close here. Is he going to take the decoy? Looks like he is. Well, he ran. Don't know how long he'll stay running though. We broke our arrow, which I think we were kind of expecting. Now while he's running, let's get out of here. We're too heavily encumbered to sprint really, so we're just going to have to do it at normal rate. Try and get out of his trigger range. If we can get across the railway like that, then maybe we can stay out of his trigger range. If you're new to watching The Long Dark, you're probably thinking, where on earth are you? This is the very west end of the Muskeg, the Forlorn Muskeg, and the ability to traverse like this and to get in and out of situations is all down to familiarity with the maps. It's, as a new player, it's a disadvantage that you have, which is why I always recommend new players play on the lowest difficulty, get to know the maps, and then move up to this difficulty which is where you can spend enough time in each adventure to really put to use the knowledge that you've got off the lower difficulty games. And once you've spent some time at this difficulty level practicing skills like fire starting, shooting animals, transiting maps, knowing where to find natural resources like the berries, the mushrooms and so on, cattails, then you can move up into the higher difficulties, and then you can start taking on the rougher part of the game, shall we say. But Voyager mode is my favourite. There's enough challenge there and enough danger there, but at the same time it's sufficient that you can get an enjoyable game out of it. Now, it's possible we're going to be able to get down to the forge today, providing we don't have an idiot wolf waiting for us at the clearing up ahead. We desperately need to get some decent firewood to take with us though, and as it's only mid-afternoon we may have enough daylight to do it. Like I say, a lot depends on there being no wolf up here that's going to interrupt our proceedings. So just as we walk along, I mean, this is one of the safer routes to get to the forge. You can see how far we've come without encountering any wildlife. This is now where it starts to get a bit trickier. This is the clearing I was talking about. There's usually a deer down here and often a wolf. On the higher difficulties you'll find there's a pack of wolves in here. And there's lots of sticks there, but there's also lots of good firewood, and it's the good firewood that I really want to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this cedar across here. Need to check our weight. We're at 36.78, so we can afford to pick up 12 kilos of firewood. It's going to take an hour and a half to get that cedar. Having the good firewood will save us a lot of coal. Now there's some fur down here that I really want to get. But we got that piece of cedar while we were safe.
I could eat anything right now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait, mate. You're not that hungry. Right, how are we doing on time? It's sunset-ish. What we may get away with doing this trip, I'm not sure, is we may get away with dropping what we have at the forge and then coming back up here to collect a good supply of firewood.
Something's making me feel tired.
Yeah, that'll be tromping for miles and miles on end today. Here we go. Let's see if we can make use of this lure again.
All I could think about is food.
And he's off with our arrow. Damn it. It's just as well we're here to make some. And he's running around up on those rocks. Try and keep an eye on him, see where he dies. It'd be good to get him harvested. Is he coming back this way, or is he heading down towards the forge? No, he's gone up that way.
I think my stomach is eating itself.
Yeah, you are getting hungry. Have a cattail while we wait for this dog to die. I want the arrow back. I also want the dog's meat, because the dog's meat will be very useful at the forge itself. Let's see where he goes. Oh, there he is. He's going to fall over any second now. Let's just leave him to do that. He's bleeding out. It won't take long for him to die. And it's going to push us over time on the video, but it's well worth doing. Come on. I guess he doesn't want to do it while we're watching him. I don't want to get too close because he could turn an aggro. But I do want to keep an eye on him. Come on, fall over. What I'm worried about is putting a second arrow into him and he then runs off and runs for miles again. Let's try it. That was worth doing. While he's warm, let's harvest him.
Where can I find something to eat?
Do we want his hide and guts? No, we just want his meat. And the weather's turned really shitty. We're going to have to run for the cave. Let's get some sticks on the way there.
Surrounded by snow. Nothing to drink.
Yeah, you'll get something in a minute, mate. But let's just get into the cave first. If we're lucky, there'll be some coal in there. And you see the big icicles? They're normally the indicators of the cave. You'll find them on above most of the caves. And this is going to be pretty dark in here. We've got a dead dude in here. We should have some coal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the bow away. And I'm going to get the lantern, the torch out. And we'll light it with the fire striker.
Feels like night is coming.
We've already checked this guy. I think we've been in this cave a few times. Yeah, we've got a campfire here, and yep, there's a bunch of coal here. We are really overladen. I think that's all of the coal. Right, so let's get this fire burning as a priority. Use the torch. Start out with sticks. We've got a bit of tinder, we'll use that. It's not too far to the forge from here, but with that weather kicking up the way it is, being as overloaded as we are, and being dark, we may as well spend the night here. It increases our outdoor time in terms of suppressing the cabin fever risk, which you notice that we shook off at some point coming through Milton Basin. I'm going to add 1 piece of cedar, 1 piece of coal, minutes before coal can be added, yeah, of course. But what we'll do then is we'll add a ton of sticks, gets us 3.5 hours on the fire. We'll put the torch out, put that away. That buys us the time to be able to eat. So we'll get that piece of venison into us. It's not much on it, but it's enough to get him off our backs. We'll take a drink. We're going to need to make water. Right, now we want to get this meat cooked. So we'll drop all of these.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
Put that meat. That's not going to let us put it up there. That's 45 minutes, that's 29 minutes. That's fine. Let's get the sleeping bag down. There we are, the sleeping bag's down. Past time till that one's ready. Take that.
It's starting to weigh me down.
Past time till that's ready. Put that on there. Last time till that one's ready. And then...
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, stop your whining. It's only because you're tired. I'll get at least a litre of water made. We've got an hour and a half still on the fire. We can add a piece of coal now.
Something's making me feel really tired.
It's about 10ish, 10:30 at night. We're gonna have to get a decent sleep in to get through to the forge.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pass time on this water. Pick up the tins. And then we need to eat as he says. So I'm going to eat a full kilo of wolf, which will guarantee us the calories to get through the night. I'm going to take a drink. And then I'm going to push 8 hours onto the fire. I want to do it as much as possible with sticks. Now there's 5.5 hours. Add another piece of coal, that's 640. Add another piece of cedar. That's an 8-hour fire, that will still be burning at sunrise. And then we're going to put in an 8-hour sleep. So we're into day 108. Just dawn outside. We've got 51 minutes on the fire. If I add a few sticks, we can get an extra hour's sleep. Pretty much full sunrise outside. Pick up the sleeping bag. 39 minutes left on the fire. Just gives us time to eat and drink something. Just check how his calories are doing. It's 644 calories and he's classed as parched, so we'll have the half kilo of wolf. take a drink. And take a torch or two. And how are we doing for daytime? It's early morning. Right, well, it's time to end it there. So, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode. New episode at 5 PM UK time every day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. I'll see you in that one. Don't forget to give the video a like, to subscribe to the channel, which costs you absolutely nothing. Lets me know how many people are enjoying it though. And check the video description for links to my other channels and follow me across there if you would please. You can also find a link in the video description where you can buy your own copy of The Long Dark to play and help registered charities in your country at the same time. I'm the Gazbeard. It's been a pleasure having you here. I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode when we get to the forge in the Muskeg. Until then, as always from me, it's not goodbye, it's bye for now.